Welcome to a great little trail known as the Pickle in Moab, Utah. The Pickle is just a mile long and runs through a beautiful canyon. Let's take a look. We're out this morning on a run sponsored by the crew from Rockslide Engineering. We've got a pretty good sized group with us today, so we're backed up on the first obstacle. This gives us a chance to jump out and go take a look, get a feel for it, watch the others ahead of us run it, see how they do. And here we are at the first obstacle, known as Dill Pickle. This thing is notorious for not liking short wheelbase vehicles. As it turns out, one of the first G's up the obstacle breaks. Time to get him winched up and out of the way. Here's Dave from Rockslide Engineering. His JK is on 1-ton axles, 40-inch tires, and an LS swap. This thing is a beast. Dill Pickle requires you to back into the corner first so you can line up to run the obstacle. One last look to check the line, and up he goes. This next Jeep is on 37s and well built. Let's see how he does. Time to back down and get reset. The spotter has him back all the way to the wall, which gives him a little bit more angle to come across the face of the obstacle instead of straight up. There it is. Just pay particular attention to that big flat boulder right up there at the top. It loves to snag tie rods and front diffs. Alright, my turn next. Let's see if I've learned anything watching everybody do this that's been ahead of me. Here we go. And here it is looking at it from the opposite direction. It's definitely easier to come across the face of this one instead of straight up it. And here we are getting a spot, navigating that big flat boulder up at the top. No issues here. Alright, next up is my buddy John from Texas. This is his first time running the Pickle. The spotter will get him all lined up. Let's see how he does with this first climb. After a quick reset, John commits. Here we go. And there it is. He's up. Nicely done. The rains running through the canyon keep carving the base of this pinnacle away, and it's starting to look pretty precarious to me. Check it out. With a group this size, there's always ample time to be outside your vehicle watching the action on the obstacles. Okay, obstacle number 2 on the pickle is called Pickle Slicer. Yep. Nice and narrow, high up on the bodywork, right in line with taking your fender flares off. I did this several years ago on my JK and I don't remember it being so tight. I think what's happened now is the wash is actually deeper, making the obstacle higher up on the bodywork. And the JL is a little bit wider than a JK, so this is going to be a tight fit getting through this. It took a little bit of work and a couple of tries to get through clean. The trick here is to put that front driver tire right up on the wall. This is the only way you're going to fit. Parked again and waiting on obstacle 3. And here's obstacle 3. The base of this was wet, pretty muddy, and traction was just not good. We've got to try to keep that passenger rear fender flare off the rocks. I think it's fair to say, I'm in a pickle. Here we are figuring out our line on obstacle 4. That ledge is tall enough that I've made pretty good contact with the front bumper skid, so time to back it off, try a new line. Alright, we got through obstacles 1 through 4, and now it's a nice run up this sandy canyon. There's a couple more obstacles that are small, not too hard. The canyon is absolutely beautiful. Alright, we see Jeeps parked ahead of us, so this means we're getting close to obstacle 5. Jalapeno Pickle. Let's see what line Dave and the spotter choose going up Jalapeno Pickle. I'm always trying to pay close attention to these clients because there's so much I can learn by just watching. And here's a couple more angles from the top side. We can see Dave's line. Now let's see what Sky does with it. He's on 37s just like I am. I'm going to pay real close attention to his line. Damn, that looks close on the cab on the back rear there. Let's see if he can get it to hook up. There it is, traction. He's up. Nice job. Okay, here we go. Let's give this bad boy a try. Let's try that again with the Moab bump. There we go. Here that is again from a slightly different angle. Alright, lining up that last section. I've got something slightly different in mind. I'm going to stay a little more passenger and see if I can stay a little bit more flat. Let's see how we do. There we go, we're up. Alright, here's John Hinton, Jalapeno Pickle. Let's see what he does with it. Alright, one more try. Let's see if we can get those tires to hook up. It looks close. Right here is where the spotter waves him off. He just doesn't like what he's seeing. Better to be safe. The view from up here on the bypass will give you a better idea of the scale and what you're dealing with on Jalapeno Pickle. Rockslide Engineering step sliders doing just what they're designed to do, providing protection and keeping the body off the rocks. At this point, the spotter determines that he wants to put a winch on the Jeep and pull it up. I took a few moments just to talk to John and make sure they were good. John's done a great job wheeling this trail, especially for a first-timer in Moab. The spotter tells me he thinks he probably could have made it if he had just a little bit more tire. I think he's right. And this is why it's so important not to be out solo on tough trails. Having someone there to help you, or you help them in times of need, is so essential. The Pickle carries a trail rating of 7 or even 8. I think this year it was much tougher than I've ran it in the years past, and we did not leave the trail unscathed. Here's a look at damage. Not too bad. RSC step sliders as well as beadlock rings did just what they're supposed to do in the rocks. And here's where we made contact with that passenger rear fender flare. You do what you can. A special thank you goes out to our friends at Rockslide Engineering as well as Red Rock 4-Wheelers for helping us make some great memories. We hope you've enjoyed this review of the Pickle. Until next time, stay safe and we'll see you on the trails.